Kimmay's leave-in conditioner, how and why, take 1. Hello ladies, I wanted to come back to you and give you an update on the loose version of the Kimmay Tubes leave-in conditioner. The reason why I wanted to do this is because after a couple of weeks of testing out my very frugal leave-in conditioner, I found out that my hair was a bit dry, and I'll go into the explanation of why that is later. But first, I'd like to give a very good shout out and thank you to Dr. Don86 on YouTube, who went ahead and gave me the fats versus hydrogen ion reason on my pH balance strip question that I left out there. My original question is, why is it that on the pH balance strips all oil seems to test out at a 7.0? Well, that's because all fats are broken down into fatty acids and glycerols, which means fats and oils are slightly more acidic in comparison to water. Dr. Don also explains that the pH balance strips measures only hydrogen ions in water or aqueous-like solutions, not oils, and pH strips only pick up the water that was added into my conditioner. So let's go ahead and continue. The reason why, if you could see that the oils that I used in my previous video was soybean oil. Now, I also put the coconut oil on here, and that's a part 2 of the video, in regards to Kimmay's question on why coconut oil doesn't necessarily work for her. The number 1 ingredient in the mega thick growth oil, and even this carrot tea tree oil, is soybean oil. Soybean oil is a great product for commercial and culinary uses, but not necessarily on hair. Soybean oil does not help to maintain moisture, seal in moisture, or add shine to your hair. So it wasn't a very good active ingredient as to helping my hair retain the moisture and sealing those cuticles, laying down those cuticles flat to go ahead and push in the moisture. So I've developed a new recipe based off of that. I've been using the Kinky Curly Knot Today, the Lily of the Desert aloe vera juice whole leaf, jojoba oil, castor oil, and carrot oil. And here is my recipe. 1 ounce of the Kinky Curly Knot Today, 2 tablespoons of aloe vera juice, 1 teaspoon of the following: castor oil, jojoba oil, and carrot oil. Why the addition of carrot oil? Well, I found her original recipe to be slightly thick and very greasy, and since my work, I'm always in very high temperatures because of a broiler, a fryer, a flat top oven, and the convection ovens, I found that the original recipe done by Kimmay left my skin a little bit oily at the end of the day, in addition to all the oils that fly up from the fryer and from when I'm sauteing various types of foods. So the reason why I decided to do an adaptation of her recipe is the carrot oil is really thick, so I downed it down 1 teaspoon. I also took down the jojoba oil 1 teaspoon, but I added the carrot oil for several reasons. Carrot oil is very high in vitamin B, C, D, and E. Now, carrot oil is one of those products that is not only natural, but very beneficial to your hair. So here before you is the recipe as before, and all you have to do is go ahead and slightly mix. I like to use a whisk. And this takes a minute to go ahead and to get it going. But once you do, it's really, really nice. And I don't stop mixing until I get it. And forgive my culinary terminology, but until I get into like a soft peak stage, that's like when you're making meringue and the tip is not necessarily stiff, but it's a little soft. And that's when I know it's perfectly mixed. Like her, I like to keep this in the fridge. Sometimes the freezer, especially on a hot day, this feels really good on your hair. And the reason is because the aloe vera juice must be kept refrigerated, and since you don't want to see this go rancid and then put it in your hair, I recommend doing the same. Thank you very much for watching. The end.